all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas. Wall-to-Wall Wine & Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine & Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln. The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Man, we sure have had quite a bit of severe weather this spring and summer.
Tell me about it. My roof is in shambles. The side of my house has hail damage, and I don't have time to deal with insurance companies right now.
Wait, Rico, you haven't talked to my guys at Coalition Restoration yet? They deal with commercial and residential roofing services, hail damage, and best of all, they'll work with the insurance companies to make your life easier.
Okay, what's the first step?
All you got to do is give them a call today for a free assessment at 402-416-8186. Coalition Restoration in Lincoln and online at coalitionrestoration.com.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Have an anniversary coming up? I've got you covered. Celebrate your love with the timeless elegance of jewelry. This anniversary, give the gift of sapphires, emeralds, rubies, or gold. Find the perfect piece that reflects the beauty and depth of your commitment. Whether it's your first anniversary or your 50th, surprise your loved one with a gem as beautiful and rare as she is. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
The birds are singing, but the bells are ringing. Not a cloud in the sky, but the Yuletide is high.
Santa's sleigh is full of savings on appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Update your kitchen and get up to $3,000 in rebates on KitchenAid packages, plus free local delivery. Hurry in. The first 500 customers get an exclusive gift from Santa with their purchase during Shaver's
Christmas in July.
Prodigy Baseball Academy, Lincoln's premier baseball program, is excited to partner with the #1 national youth and high school program to offer a larger player development program with a national network for tournaments and recruiting. Prodigy Baseball has been nominated several years by the Lincoln Choice Awards for outstanding dedication to youth baseball. Come see the USA Prime Prodigy difference. For a full listing of tryouts and to learn more about USA Prime Prodigy, check them out on Facebook at Lincoln Prodigy Baseball or at LincolnProdigyBaseball.com. USA Prime Prodigy is excited to announce the tryouts for the upcoming season. Prodigy Baseball is where players in Lincoln go to receive player development, a competitive tournament schedule, and incredible family atmosphere. USA Prime Prodigy will be hosting tryouts July 14th through the 16th at 6 p.m. at Optimus Sports Complex for ages 7 to 14. Jalen Wordley, Caleb Clark, and Mason McConaughey from Husker Baseball will be there to sign autographs and talk to the youth. Tryouts start on July 14th at 6 p.m. Learn more at LincolnProdigybaseball.com.
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
This is Adam Carriker on the ticket.
Position right of the quarterback out of the shotgun, first and 20. Jailbreak screen in the air. It is tipped. It is intercepted by Carriker at the Missouri 21-yard line.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, a Eight-year NFL vet and All-American defensive lineman Adam Carriker.
Got a snap to Everett. He's got the left arm going, and now he's got a whole lot of Adam Carriker who rips him down inside the 25-yard line.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Adam Carriker.
Welcome everybody into Adam Carriker on The Ticket. Hope everyone had a phenomenal 4th of July weekend. Hopefully everyone got away. Everyone got a bit of a break. Got to celebrate America, which I'm still personally proud to do. And if you weren't able to get away or have a vacation, hopefully if you had some work you just had to get done, I understand. Bills got to be paid. But hopefully you were able to enjoy some time with the fam and enjoy the summer just a little bit, just a smidge, if not a whole lot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as always, got a loaded show. All right, Vershawn, T. Farley, my man Jake, they got the fastest 2 hours in radio. Well, we got the most loaded show, at least from noon to 1 p.m. Central Time, each and every day here on 93.7 The Ticket. Monday and Friday, yours truly, I am live. All right, Tuesdays, DP joins me each and every Tuesday throughout the summer, and we debate the hottest topics in wrestling. All right. He tells me why he's right. I tell him why I'm right. And then we agree to never meet in the middle. We'd have a whole lot of fun in the process. Thursdays, the Big Ten show. All right. Where we talk all things Big Ten, not just football, but Big Ten sports, ladies and gentlemen. On Wednesday, Steve Taylor, former All-American Nebraska quarterback, one of the best to ever do it for the Huskers, drops that knowledge. It's each and every day. All right, here on 93.7, The Ticket from noon to 1 p.m. Central Time. All right, as always, I want to give a shout-out to Bonzel Pool and Spa. You can check them out at bonzelpool.com. All right, pools, saunas, hot tubs, you want them, they got them. You have them, you need them taken care of, have them do it. Check them out at bonzelpool.com. Lots to talk about today. All right. Evan Cooper, obviously, most of you probably know, no longer resigned for personal reasons, no longer with Matt Rule and the Nebraska football coaching staff. Okay, we're going to chat about that in just a little bit. We basically have a new defensive backs coach to replace Coach Cooper. Okay, it's not official yet. It's not officially official, but it's basically a done deal, just not quite officially official just yet. We're going to talk about him real quickly as well. Mr. John Butler is his name. And then there was some interesting goings on. I guess it depends on how you look at it. All right, the internet, first of all, you can believe everything you read on the internet. Write that down, take it to the bank, write it in pen, and then throw that piece of paper away. You can't believe hardly anything you read on the internet. You never know what to make out of social media. X is one of the I finally called it X instead of Twitter. I've been in the habit of calling it Twitter, and that may be the first time I ever said X appropriately without having to correct myself from Twitter to X. Okay, some interesting goings on, if you want to look at it that way. All right, on X, Terrence Knighton, Nebraska's defensive line coach, changed his profile picture, changed the description. It's like, and justifiably so. You have a defensive backs coach that resigns, maybe a month before the season starts? Okay, and then all of a sudden the D-line coach is changing things on X. Oh my gosh, this guy is falling Chicken Little. I'll be honest with you. When I saw it, I was like, I feel like this means something. Okay. But you never know. Okay. Coach Knighton did put out a bit of a cryptic tweet. Okay. He changed his description to CEO of Death Row. And then he put out a cryptic thing about Death Row. And you got to know Death Row to understand it. Something like that. But he changed his profile picture back to the cartoon picture of him coaching Nebraska. So everyone, I think, is kind of like, all right, the dust is settled. The coast is clear. He appears to be coming back. Just interesting goings on. And, some people were like, oh my gosh, people are making a big to-do out of nothing. I think it was fair to be concerned when people noticed that he did. I think it's a fair thing to be concerned about. Okay, we're a month before the season. Another coach just resigned. Okay, all of a sudden, a lot of the stuff has changed. There's no Nebraska anywhere in his bio, in his description, and anything. Like I said, I was like, this seems like it could mean something. But then he changes the profile picture back, and here I am talking about an ex-profile picture because that's the world we live in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so much to talk about today. Gonna have some fun. Gonna drop some thoughts. Maybe sprinkle in a little bit of knowledge. Who knows? Here and there. All right, at 12:30. Nebraska softball superstar Jordy Bahl is going to be joining me. Her and I had the pleasure, well, she had the pleasure, I had the embarrassment of throwing out a first pitch at the Omaha Storm Chasers game a couple of weeks ago. Now, I used to be a pitcher, all right, a long time ago. Okay, I threw 95 in high school. I thought my future was in baseball, et cetera, torn UCL later, never had the Tommy John surgery, said, hey, why do I have to miss 18 months of everything? Because they told me I'd miss every sport for a year and a half. And then they said it was 50-50 whether I'd come back and pitch. You got to remember, this is like 22 years ago, 24 years ago. I was a sophomore, so the year 2000. All right, almost a quarter century ago. So sports science was a lot different. And I was like, wait, I may or may not be able to come back and pitch 50-50 after missing a year and a half of my entire high school sports, can't lift weights because I'm starting to get recruiting letters for football. I said, what if I just don't get the surgery? Can I go play football like without the surgery? They said, yeah. I was like, all right, well, I'm not going to do the surgery. Maybe never pitch again, maybe pitch again. I'm going to not have the surgery and I'm going to go hit people and I'm going to go lift weights and I'm going to go do that thing. So that's what I did. Okay, obviously, as you know, it turned out all right. Oddly enough, I could still play quarterback because I asked him, I said, I'm the quarterback on the football team and I played defensive end. I'm like, am I going to be able to still play quarterback? And they're like, yes. And that floored me. I'm like, so I can't pitch and I may never pitch again, even if I have the surgery, but I don't have to have the surgery to play quarterback. And they said, yes. And they were 100% right. It's a difference in the throwing motion. There's so much more whiplash. There's so much more strain on the elbow and pitching. In football, the throwing motion is so different. The arm's much more to 90 versus way extended. It never once affected me throwing a football. So I played quarterback the rest of my high school days, never pitched again. Actually, that's not true. I missed my junior year. And then my senior year, my high school coach put me out there the first game of the year. I never had the surgery. He knew it. I knew it. We all knew it. And he put me out there the first game of the year as a pitcher. It went bad. It went really bad. It went horrifically, horribly bad. He pulled me off the mound. Never said a word to me. I never said a word to him. He just never put me in again. And I never asked, and he never said, and it was pretty obvious I was done pitching at that point. Now, I've had a major shoulder surgery on each shoulder. Still never repaired the elbow. I do not have pitching muscles. I have football muscles. They are very, very, very different things. So anyways, at this first pitch at the Omaha Storm Chasers game, I was like, you know what? I haven't warmed up. It's not going to matter. I'm just going to wing this thing. And yeah, I had by far the worst first pitch of everyone who threw a first pitch. There was like 9 of them. There was like a 9-year-old kid who threw it in there. There were some Omaha Supernovas, one of their outside hitters. Man, she threw a great pitch. And I know from my daughter Addison, she played volleyball and softball. And the better she got at hitting the volleyball, spiking it, the better her softball throw is. There's a lot of crossover and vice versa. So then I go up there and I'm like, I'm just going to wing this thing. And yeah, I winged it. And it was not great. Jordy ended up, she threw last, of course. And she looked good throwing it, did the overhand toss, whatnot. So that was a lot of fun. Got to meet her. She got to meet the fam. She got to be bombarded by my 5 daughters. She handled it great and had a whole lot of fun. So she's going to join us at 12:30, talk all things Nebraska softball and a few other things as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just to get you caught up to speed real quick. All right. Now, Evan Cooper, the 37-year-old Cooper, was set to enter his second season working with head coach Matt Rule in Lincoln after having played for Rule at Temple and then serving on his coaching staff for 12 consecutive seasons. Cooper had built a significant resume after serving 3 years on an NFL sideline with the Carolina Panthers and coaching in major Power 5 conferences with Baylor and Nebraska. Cooper was already highly regarded in his ability to recruit and evaluate players, playing a large role as Baylor's recruiting coordinator for 2019. He aided the Bears then at that point in time in securing 3 consecutive top 35 classes. All right. Now, Nebraska's secondary aided the Huskers in their best statistical season since joining the Big Ten in 2011. That was a year ago, limiting their opponents to 6.1 yards per passing attempt. Okay, ranking the defense in the top 10 nationally. The Huskers also held 2 opponents under 100 yards passing and 7 fewer than 200 yards. Now, he was resigned for personal reasons. Yeah, there's all sorts of rumor and innuendo and speculation and this and that. Who knows what's true? Who knows what's not? I've chatted with some folks. I know what I believe, and nothing can be proven 100% for sure. So he resigned for personal reasons, and now it looks like we have a new coach, not officially official just yet, but expected to be our new defensive backs coach is John Butler. Okay. Now, when you learn about him, he almost seems overqualified for the position. It's all right. I'm just gonna tell you about him a little bit. Butler parted ways with the Buffalo Bills in February after 6 seasons as a defensive backs coach and 2 as the passing game coordinator. He also worked for 4 years with the Houston Texans before that. Prior to the NFL, Butler notched Big Ten conference coaching experience as an assistant at Penn State 2012 and 13 and Minnesota 2007 through 2010. His final year with the Nittany Lions saw him as a defensive coordinator as well. Butler's other coaching stops include South Carolina, Harvard, Southwest, Texas State, now just Texas State, Midwestern State, a D2 school, and Texas as a graduate assistant. His experience beyond the secondary includes linebackers and special teams. Okay, so this is who is expected to be hired. This is a guy with NFL experience, Power 2 conference experience, Power 4 conference experience, NFL experience. This is an individual who's, like I said, seems more than qualified to, if this indeed does come to fruition, which is the expectation, to step in, and this seems like a great hire. Okay, so when you start to kind of analyze, because Rhule's building a culture. Okay, I don't know that he has quite the familiarity with Butler as he did Cooper. Again, what was 11, 12 years they had coached together, but the qualifications, the background that he has, the expectation is that he would come in and he would do a great job. That is the expectation. And it's kind of almost like, for me, it's like, how is there a guy like this out there just floating around? How do you not already have a job? I feel almost fortunate is what I'm getting at, that we were able to get a guy like this on such short notice so quickly, it seems. Okay, if this does come to fruition and becomes officially official here in the near short future, just a month before the season as well. Okay, now people get mad at me when I bring this up, so I'm going to bring it up. Not because people get mad at me, but I don't know. I just speak my mind and let the chips fall where they may. And it's funny when I say that to my 7-year-old Jordan, she goes, "What kind of chips, Dad?" And that I just stood there. I was like stunned. I was like, "Huh." And it's almost like she envisions the chips like falling from the sky, and she wants to like envision Doritos or Lay's or whatever, Cheetos falling from the sky. And I didn't envision potato chips. I always felt more like poker chips. It's funny. Kids say the darndest things, but I digress. Anyways, I just let the chips fall where they may. All right. So Tony White, obviously highly regarded as a defensive coordinator, going to be sought after again next year. I hope we keep him here for the next freaking half a century. Odds are at some point, if Nebraska's defense plays as good or better than they did a year ago this upcoming season, like we expect them to, like is the anticipation, he's going to be highly sought after as a head coach somewhere. And at some point, that's probably going to happen. And I know some people get mad at me for even bringing this up. Why put that juju out there? Well, because it's a potential reality. And while ostriches do not bury their head in the sand, I actually looked that up at one point in time in my life. They do not do that. That is a falsity, okay? But I, unlike an ostrich, I'm not going to bury my head in the sand. And here's why I bring it up. If Tony White does become a head coach at some point, someday, down the road, first of all, I want him here for the next half a century. But if this does happen, John Butler's a guy with past defensive coordinator experience. We may have just potentially hired a guy who could be a great defensive coordinator, if necessary, for the Huskers down the road. At least he's got those type of qualifications. Not that other people on this staff don't already. Okay. Now, I started getting a bunch of texts yesterday, and it was interesting. Okay. Oh my gosh, Terrence Knighton. He's changed his X page and his bio and his profile pic and everything. And I'm actually just going to look at it right here, right now while I'm chatting. So, okay, yesterday, I believe it was a Redskins picture. Okay. And the Boston NBA player in the background. Can only see half his face. More avid NBA fans probably wouldn't know who it is, but I can only see like his nose and beard. So I can't quite tell. Okay. And then he changed his description to CEO of Death Row. All right. And to me, like I said earlier, I was like, oh man, that probably means something. Okay. But then he obviously it came to his attention that people noticed this, and people were like, oh my gosh, what's going on with Coach Knighton? He's a great D-line coach. Is he coming? Is he going? He puts out a tweet about 16 hours ago. Okay. And it's a GIF. And basically it says, first step, you got to get to know Death Row. There's been a ton of responses to this. I checked out the comments. He also changed his profile pic back to him appears to be him, a cartoon picture of him coaching at Nebraska. Okay. So it appears that Coach Knighton is coming back. It was interesting, the comments and the response to his cryptic tweet, so to speak. People seemed excited, relieved that he was coming back. Then people were blasting kind of other people for how dare you get mad at somebody or even question somebody changing their pick, their bio pick. You're not allowed to do that. Ha ha ha. Why can't he do that? To me, I did think it was interesting at the time. It appears like all's well and all is good. But the comments were fun. People were relieved. They seemed excited. They seemed happy. Okay. And so it appears all is well in the land of the defensive line coach universe here at the University of Nebraska, at least for now. I will say this, like I said, John Butler, I think he's going to be a great, if he comes in and is officially the guy at some point here in the near future. Okay. Great DBs coach, passing game coordinator. Like I said, a lot of NFL experience, defensive coordinator experience, brings a lot to the table. And I think was it Rico? He's like, man, he almost seems overqualified for the job. So it seems like things are working out all right, at least at this point in time, just a month out, give or take, before Nebraska football starts their season. All right, and again, we're going to go to commercial break here in about 15 seconds. But when we come back, after we pay some bills, okay, Jordy Bahl, Nebraska softball superstar, is going to be joining me, ladies and gentlemen, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com. Serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies and light winds, an afternoon high around 84. Tonight, mostly clear with calm conditions and a low around 62. And tomorrow, more sunshine and calm winds, with an afternoon high expected around 87. Meteorologist Kyle Fleck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
By now, most of you know how important the Honda of Lincoln sales and service team are to the Lincoln market. Hello, Charlie Stone here, and joining me is Andy Goodyear from Honda of Lincoln to tell you about the great news they just received. Andy, please tell us all about it.
Each year, the Lincoln Journal-Star has an award program called the Lincoln Choice Award, where the customers in Lincoln get to choose the best places to do business. Great pleasure, I get to announce that Honda of Lincoln has won the award for buying new cars, used cars, automotive repair, and even oil changes.
That is amazing, Andy. Any more good news?
Yes, there is, Charlie. We now have more than 100 new Hondas in stock, with hundreds on the way, and a huge selection of all makes and models on our pre-owned lot.
Incredible. Maybe it's time you come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And right now they are offering huge, and I mean huge discounts at Koppel. Get over $9,000 off list price or 1.9% financing on select Sierras or Silverados. Plus, Costco members receive another $1,000 off. Yes, that's happening right now in Louisville. $9,000 off list price or 1.9% financing. You pick what works for you. Costco members, please contact us at the store or at CoppelCars.com. All deals with approved credit must trade and finance.
Why are some people more successful? Is it talent and determination, or did they recognize an opportunity? Discover a career that lets you help families reach their financial goals as you build lasting professional relationships. One with unlimited income potential. From Modern Woodman, a leading fraternal financial services provider.
I'm Modern Woodman Regional Director Sean Erickson. Call me at 402-483-6515 to learn about career opportunities.
Modern Woodman of America. touching lives, securing futures.
Health LNK is Lincoln's newest weight loss center, located at 7121 Pioneers Boulevard. At Health LNK, they've got all the goodies. From magic beans, okay, they're vitamins and supplements, to health gurus, they call them coaches, who know all the tips and tricks to make you feel your best. Let's face it, we all want to feel better, so why not get help from the professionals? Health LNK is open Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Fridays. Visit Health LNK today at 71st and Pioneers.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Have an anniversary coming up? I've got you covered. Celebrate your love with the timeless elegance of jewelry. This anniversary, give the gift of sapphires, emeralds, rubies, or gold. Find the perfect piece that reflects the beauty and depth of your commitment. Whether it's your first anniversary or your 50th, surprise your loved one with a gem as beautiful and rare as she is. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Tune in every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. for the Malone Radio Show on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Don't miss the opportunity to learn about the Malone Community Center's goal to eliminate multi-generational poverty in Lincoln and the surrounding area. It's the Malone Radio Show with Executive Director John Goodwin and Sports Director Mike Hunter. Every Wednesday night from 9 to 10 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The birds are singing, but the bells are ringing. Not a cloud in the sky, but the Yuletide is high.
Santa's sleigh is full of savings on appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Update your kitchen and get up to $3,000 in rebates on KitchenAid packages, plus free local delivery. Hurry in. The first 500 customers get an exclusive gift from Santa with their purchase during Shaver's
Christmas in July.
You're listening to Adam Carriker on The Ticket on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Adam Carriker on The Ticket. All right, real quick before I bring on our special guest, I want to give a shout out to everyone here at The Ticket. You want to see all things The Ticket, theticket.com, Amazon Prime as well. DP let me know that last week. Facebook, Twitter, the Tube of You, YouTube, podcast platforms as well. Also, the Carriker Chronicles. All right, a show I do on the side as well, carrikerchronicles.com, the new and revamped website. We keep adding content contributors every day. We're up to 22 now. I appreciate everyone who's reached out. We're excited about that. You can also check out the Carriker Chronicles, talking all things Nebraska sports, Husker football. It's where all your Husker sports and dreams do come true. Check it out on YouTube as well. All right, I want to bring on my special guest at this time. All right, she was the 2023 Big 12 Pitcher of the Year, 2023 Most Outstanding Player at the Women's College World Series, a two-time All-American, two-time national champion. She hails from Papillion La Vista High School. Miss Jordy Bahl, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, how's it going?
I appreciate you joining me. So, first question, do you prefer Jordy or Jordan, or do you care?
You know, I don't really care at all.
Okay, I got it. As you know, you met my daughter, Jordan. She definitely prefers Jordan. All right, first question right out the gate. I'm sure you haven't been asked this at all, at all recently. How's the knee doing? You had the torn ACL. You're recovering. How you doing at this point in time with your rehab?
I'm doing good. I'm about halfway through my rehab. I'll be cleared in October, but right now I'm getting back into doing some more skill work, so that's been kind of fun. But otherwise, I can't complain. It's going pretty well.
All right, so for those who haven't done rehab or physical therapy, you hear about how painful it is, how tough it is. Is this your first injury that you've dealt with something like this, and what's the process been like for you so far?
Yeah, so this is like my first injury where I've had surgery and had a strenuous rehab thing going on. I had a stress fracture in my arm a little while back, and I would say this is honestly probably easier than that. because I have a set plan that like I have to follow. I have a time frame, and I have to like slow myself down a lot more. So in that aspect of it, it's kind of good because I don't know, I have this mindset where I have to take it one day at a time. I'm not really focusing on the end goal, but just like each day goals. But I would say just trying to not look too far ahead is the biggest struggle, right? It's like right now I'm slowly getting back into pitching, and it's tough to wish I was where I used to be, but it's like I'm still a ways away from that, and I'm not worried about getting back to there right now, but just trying to stay in the moment every day is the hardest part.
Yeah, it's kind of that day by day mindset, one day at a time, getting 1% better every day. Okay. Now, you redshirted last year, and I think I heard you say in an interview somewhere, it was almost like a good thing. Like you almost kind of like needed a little bit of a mental break. And that's something I can definitely relate to. But for those out there who may be like, man, you know, it's a sport, you're getting to play a sport. We know it's hard work, but why would you need a mental break or something like that? Like, what has that break been like for you mentally? And how do you think it's actually, there's always a silver lining. How do you think it's potentially helped and benefited you?
Yeah, I mean, like I look back at even my high school career, and it's like since then, I don't think I've ever taken more than 2 weeks off, because as a competitive athlete, like you get told all the time, like your body needs rest, your body needs to recover, but you take any more than a couple weeks off, and then your mind starts to play games on you, and you're like, okay, well, other people are working, other people are passing me up. Like you think of all the bad things that would happen if you just took a little rest. And so that's one of the hard parts about being an athlete. And in this situation, it's like I really didn't have a choice. It's like, well, these are the cards that I was dealt. I'm looking at this 9-month recovery, and I probably won't even touch a softball for like 4 months. So in a way, it's like there's not really anything you can do about that. So here's the rest you've been wanting and needing for so long, but have never taken upon yourself. So in that way, I was kind of like, okay, like, thank you, God. Like I needed this break, and if it was up to me, I wasn't going to take it. So in that way, it's just totally refreshed my body, refreshed my love for the game, renewed it in a sense. I sat out for an entire season and watched from the sidelines, and that sucked at times. So just almost reminding myself, yes, like you still love the game. Like I would say I was burnt out at times, but it's fixed that. So it's been really great for that reason.
I think people forget, you know, it's not names and faces on a video game. This is real people with real emotions and things going on in life. And, you know, everybody takes a break from their job. Everyone takes vacations, you know, and I think sometimes people forget that the real people that are playing these sports, sometimes they need those same things as well. And sometimes we don't always get them. And so this can be, I'm a firm believer there's always a silver lining. So this is probably a good silver lining for you as you go throughout this rehab process. Now, the name escapes me. She was one of your teammates, Oklahoma, a couple of years ago. She was the 4-hole hitter, like one of the best hitters in the history of the women's college softball. Can you remind me her name real quick?
Jocelyn Allo.
Yeah. So I was watching the Women's College World Series a couple of years ago, and she was telling how her dad took her out and had her start hitting when she was 4, which obviously really helped and benefited her. But there was a point where she was having a hard time, you know, with her love for softball. And the head coach at Oklahoma said, take 2 weeks off and then come back. And so you were probably there during this time. And so it's like one of those things where she almost benefited from a little bit of time off as well.
Yeah, that was actually the year before I got there. But both Jocelyn Allo and Coach Gasso told me that story. And at first I was like, what? But, you know, going on 3 to 4 years into my college career now, like it makes so much sense, and I can understand that. Where at the time, like as an incoming freshman, like if a coach told me that, I would have been like, no, like absolutely not. Like I would have thrown a fit probably. But I see now, like a few years down the road from that point, like, yeah, there's probably a lot of athletes that could benefit from that. But again, like if coach hadn't given that option to her, and not really, from my understanding, it wasn't even an option. Coach kind of told her, like, this is what you're going to do. And I don't even think she was super excited about it at the moment. But afterwards, she was like, I really needed that. And I think a lot of athletes at this level probably do.
Now, what's it been like for you? Because obviously Oklahoma just won their 4th straight Women's College World Series championship. You were there for 2 of those national championships as well. What's it like for you watching your former teammates, and what's it like for you, as I'm sure you keep in communication with them as well?
Yeah, I stayed in really great touch with them throughout the season, and I was happy to be rooting them on and happy to see them go out the way they did. There was a good chunk of girls on that team who literally went 4 for 4, and I was just it was crazy watching that history be made. And this time from the couch with some popcorn, it would have been awesome to be there, but again, like, just the cards you're dealt. But I think it would have been really weird if those girls went out any other way. So I was very happy for them.
Now, obviously, playing for the Huskers, Nebraska is excited to have you come home, so to speak. What was the decision like? Okay, and you may have answered this before, but for those, including myself, who hadn't heard the answer to this question, what was the decision like and that process like for you to come home and play here at the University of Nebraska?
It was, I would say, very, very bittersweet. Reason being, like, I really never wanted to go that far away from home. But when you're given that opportunity, it's like, yeah, I'm going to take it. And so went away from home, played softball, made great relationships. But the longer I was away, like, the more homesick I got. And usually it's the opposite. Like, freshmen will go, it's new and exciting. That wears off. They're homesick for a little while, and then they kind of settle in and they find a new home away from home. And for me, it just, like, my freshman year was kind of rough, but my sophomore year, like, right when I got back on campus, like, it was just bad. And I got into a point where I was so burnt out on softball, and it was the only thing that, in my mind, it's like I'm 7 hours away from everything else in my life that I love. And I don't even know if softball's in the top 3 things of the things that I love most. So I reached a point where it's like, why am I doing this? I'm miserable, and softball's not even in my top 3, maybe top 5 right now. So I made the decision to go home. Home's always been super important to me. My family has always been a strong base for me, like, growing up my entire life, especially through high school. Those were some hard years. And I just wanted to go back and finish my career close to them, where they could be at everything. My coaches who supported me since I started playing the game, reunite with some former teammates. It just, in my heart, felt like the right thing to do. And I would say, you know, being back home for a year now, I definitely made the right decision. But it was just bittersweet because obviously so much sweet about coming home, but also hard to leave the friendships and the relationships that I had made down there.
All right, now let's assume all goes well. Obviously, you're taking it day by day with your rehab, and that process. But let's say all goes well, you're able to play the next softball season coming up next spring. Okay, and Nebraska softball finished 4th in the Big Ten last year, won just under 60% of their games. What are some, and I know we're way far out, we're kind of way far away from that type of season at this point anyways, but what are some kind of like thoughts or expectations as you look a little bit down the road for next year's Nebraska softball team and season and how that might potentially go?
I would say that we are a team that's going to have a winning mindset, and our goal is to go out there and win every single game we play. We want to win the Big Ten. We want to go to the World Series. But obviously, like, for those kind of goals, you have to take it day at a time, because kind of like what I'm learning with this rehab, it's like if you look down the barrel of a really long gun, it's like, man, that's a long ways away, and you're going to stress yourself out. And the only way you get there is if you maximize on each and every day. So I think the motto and, like, our mindset still has to be day at a time. Like, it's this practice before it's tomorrow's practice, and it's our Friday game before it's our Saturday game, and our Sunday game, and it's this weekend before next weekend. And I feel like if you don't take it that way, then you're always going to fall short of the end goal. So we have our end goals. We have that in mind. Everybody knows what we're out there trying to do, but taking it one day at a time and not letting those goals be the only thing we talk about is going to be huge.
It's funny. I was a rookie with the Rams, and we were doing, back when you could do 2-a-days every day, we were doing 2-a-days every day. And I'm just going to be blunt. I was beat all to hell, and I'm watching Hard Knocks, and it's the Cowboys, and I'm watching Romo talking about how he loves the journey and embracing the journey. You know, if they could go to the Super Bowl, that'd be great, but he didn't in no way, shape, or form fast forward to it, because you got to enjoy the journey. And I was not in a great mindset. I was like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard, because I was all beat up. I was bruised. I was like, I'd love to skip through camp and just get to games or get to the Super Bowl. But being young and immature at that point in time, and I'm a little older, maybe a little less immature, I don't know. But I think I've learned a little bit, and embracing the process and enjoying the journey, like you're talking about, a day at a time, you know, just taking it piece by piece. That is a huge part of the process for anybody out there who's dealing with an injury or something similar, or has a long goal ahead of them. and you feel like there's a lot in front of you, taking it day by day. I know it's been around Nebraska culture for decades, but there's a reason it has been. It stood the test of time because it's a great mindset. All right, I want to get your thoughts on all the Husker sports. Kind of high tide raising all ships. All right, you got men's basketball, women's basketball in the NCAA tournament, baseball winning the Big Ten championship. Talked about softball, track and field, volleyball is always good. Football seems to be on the rise. A lot of other Husker sports doing really well as well. But what are your thoughts on all Husker sports seeming to be on the upward trend nowadays?
I think it's a great thing, and I think it's going to just continue to elevate everybody together. It's like with the setup that we have at the university, you spend all day around all different sports. So you'll see people from every different sport throughout the day over at the stadium. And I think it's just the more of a winning culture you have and the more that everybody's around that, the more everybody is going to feed off of it and buy into it. So I think it benefits everybody and everything. And it's just an exciting atmosphere being at the stadium right now.
All right. So I gave the folks a heads up earlier about my awesome, not so awesome first pitch at the Omaha Storm Chasers game. All right, A through F. What grade would you give my first pitch? And you can be honest.
I'm gonna go like a B for the effort.
Okay.
Pretty. It wasn't in the zone. The person did not catch it. You almost took out a camera guy, but you hucked it in there.
I appreciate that.
And I respect the crap out of that because the person that I threw it to, they caught it, but it was lobbed. I was scared, And at the end of the day, I think I'd rather almost take out a camera guy than throw my kind of first pitch again. So I'm going to give you a decent grade.
I appreciate that. You're very, very kind. In Houston, we both met Houston. He was the poor individual who had to try to dig my ball out of the dirt. So I felt bad for Houston. All right. Last two questions here. What advice, would you give young softball players out there who maybe have aspirations of being the best high school player they can be if they're playing in middle or elementary school right now, or for those who may have aspirations of playing beyond high school? What advice might you have for them?
I would say you got to be disciplined. And I think one of the reasons is that, like, as a young girl, you watch softball on TV, maybe you watch the College World Series, you go to the state tournament for high school, and you see these athletes at, like, the peak of their seasons, peak of their careers. And that's, like, the high point. But for all the high points that there are in softball, there's, like, a million times the low points and the adversity. And so if you don't have discipline to work through those times, you're never going to reach those high points. And I think a lot of girls, maybe they start with their journey and they get shocked at how much failure you actually face, especially in a game like baseball or softball where it's mostly failure. And you got to just learn to embrace that, learn from it, let it make you tougher, and then just keep on going.
All right, last question. You met my 5 daughters. So as you know, I always have my girls start playing baseball. Then they eventually transition over to softball. My daughter Dakota is actually playing baseball right now, and she's the only one so far that doesn't actually want to pitch in softball, which may allow her to play baseball longer if she wants to. Because if you're going to pitch in softball, as you know, you got to get over there and you got to start doing that sooner rather than later. But what are your thoughts? And again, you can be honest. I have absolutely no feelings or emotions whatsoever. But what are your thoughts on girls playing baseball before they eventually get into softball?
I think it's really cool, and I think that it gives these female athletes a good foundation. Grace Lyons, who I played with at Oklahoma, probably the best shortstop to ever play the game, and she played baseball, I think, until middle school or high school. I think middle school, but just the way she plays the game, she plays it like a dude, and it's so fun to watch. And her foundation is so strong, like in the infield, and I think a part of that is just her foundation in baseball. I think it's really cool.
Well, I really appreciate your time. Good luck in the rehab, and good luck as you prepare to get back on the diamond with Nebraska softball here, hopefully in the very, very near future.
Thank you.
Okay, don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to pay some bills, and we'll be right back.
Santa's sleigh is full of savings on appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid. Update your kitchen and get up to $3,000 in rebates on KitchenAid packages, plus free local delivery. Hurry in. The first 500 customers get an exclusive gift from Santa with their purchase during Shaver's
Christmas in July.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-on, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Hi, my name is Molly Party. I'm a realtor with MP Dodge Real Estate. I'm a newly licensed agent and considered numerous brokerages before deciding on MP Dodge. I chose the company that gives me the most support in my new career, plus guidance and encouragement along the way. MP Dodge has a unique mentoring program for new agents. It's helped jumpstart my career and has a supportive management team and administrative staff. So if you're contemplating a career in real estate, look no further than MP Dodge. It will be the best decision you make.
Ironhide Construction is a Nebraska-based general contracting and steel construction firm. Their expert team is experienced in building innovative construction solutions across several industries. While they were previously known for their extensive experience in steel erection and metal buildings, they've continued to evolve over the last several years into a full-service general contracting firm. They take pride in their commitment to quality, cutting-edge technology, and having a passion for what they do. For more information about their services or to discuss an upcoming project, visit www.ironhideconstruction.com or call 402-420-4961. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Hey Husker Nation, Matt Davison here with 1890. It's an exciting time to be a Husker fan, and to keep that momentum going, we need your help. Nebraska has always been a leader in college athletics, and we're doing the same through name, image, and likeness. NIL is a unique opportunity for every Husker fan to have a direct impact on the success of our programs. Through 1890, 100% of your contribution goes to the student athletes. So go to 1890nebraska.com, choose your sport, become a member, and help the Huskers recruit and retain the best. Go Big Red.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Hey guys, it's your girl Jordan from Starter Heyman Jewelers. Have an anniversary coming up? I've got you covered. Celebrate your love with the timeless elegance of jewelry. This anniversary, give the gift of sapphires, emeralds, rubies, or gold. Find the perfect piece that reflects the beauty and depth of your commitment. Whether it's your first anniversary or your 50th, surprise your loved one with a gem as beautiful and rare as she is. Until next time, this is Jordan at Starter Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
You're listening to Adam Carriker on The Ticket on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Boom! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Adam Carriker on The Ticket. I hope nobody out there has a case of the Mondays, all right? But every Friday, hope you all have a wonderful case of the Fridays. Hopefully you had a great weekend, great 4th of July, great 4th of July weekend. And hopefully you still have all your fingers and toes. I know people who don't, so that's not as funny as I would like it to be. But I hope you all at home still have your fingers and toes. Real quick, I want to give a shout out, all right, to The Ticket, Bonzel Pool and Spa. Also, if you're interested, you can check out CarrikerChronicles.com. Also, Carriker Chronicles on the Tube of You YouTube as well, coming to podcast platforms in the near future as well. It will be returning in August officially. All right, so there's a couple of interesting things, all right, that have been sent out recently via email. Okay, so Keisei Tominaga named to the Japan, easy for me to say, Japan Olympic team. Former Husker men's basketball standout Keisei Tominaga became the second Nebraska men's basketball player selected to the 2024 Paris Olympics as Japan announced its 12-member team Monday. Tominaga, who recently signed an Exhibit 10 contract with the Indiana Pacers, will participate in his second Olympic Games as he was a member of the 3-on-3 team for Japan in the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. All right, Japan will wrap up its Olympics preparations against Germany on July 19th before opening pool play with Germany on July 27th. Japan will also take on France and Brazil in pool play as well. All right, now Keisei has been a member of the Japan senior national team for 3 years and helped Japan qualify for the Paris Olympics at the 2023 FIBA World Cup. In that event, he averaged 11.4 points per game on 45% shooting, including 38% from three-point range, as Japan went 3-2 and qualified for the Olympics at that point in time. All right, Tominaga spent the past 3 seasons, as you Husker fans know, at Nebraska, totaling 1,074 points to rank 30th on Nebraska's career scoring list, while finishing 7th on NU's career three-point list with 178 career three-pointers made for the Big Red, a 2-time All-Big Ten honoree. He enjoyed his best season in 2023-24, averaging 15.1 points per game while posting career highs in nearly every offensive category en route to second-team All-Big Ten honors. His 76 three-pointers in the 2023-2024 season ranked 8th in NU's single-season chart history, while he was 6th in the Big Ten in three-pointers per game. He had a career high 31 points at Illinois. Okay, his career high happened last year versus the Fighting Illini, one of 3 career 30-point efforts as a Husker. His efforts helped Nebraska to a 23-11 record last year, a third-place finish in the Big Ten, and the school's first NCAA appearance since 2014. He graduated from Nebraska this past year with a degree in child, youth, and family studies. Just this past May is when he graduated. Tominaga was a finalist for Outstanding Male Student Athlete and Male Athlete of the Year for his achievements in the classroom and on the basketball court this past year as well. Tominaga joins Jack McVeigh from Australia as players in the 2024 Olympics, while former Husker great Tyronn Lue will serve as an assistant coach for the United States. Former Husker Lat Mayan could make it 3 former Huskers playing in Paris, as he is in camp with South Sudan as well. And it was interesting. So shout out to Keisei. Good luck in the Olympics. No disrespect. Unless I'm going to root for him when he plays the U.S. I'm going to root for him, but I'm obviously going to root for the U.S. if those 2 teams do play at the Olympics coming up this summer. Now, it was interesting listening to the Matt Davison 1890 ad right before we came back on the air. 1890 named Nebraska named the official NIL collective for Nebraska. All right, the University of Nebraska Athletic Department in 1890, Nebraska announced a partnership today, making 1890 Nebraska the official name, image, and likeness collective of Nebraska athletics, and streamlining the process to make it easier for fans to support Husker athletics, among several options. All right, Troy Dannon said, and I quote, "Nebraska has always been an innovator in collegiate athletics, whether it is in strength and conditioning, nutrition, and athletic performance facilities, and NIL is the latest frontier," he said, end quote. All right, another quote, "This partnership with 1890 Nebraska will make it convenient for fans and donors to directly support NIL for our student athletes and provide 1890 donors, many of them, the same benefits and privileges that our Husker Athletic Fund members received for their support of Nebraska athletics." That's the end of that quote. One more quote. All right, and I quote, "We are excited to partner with the University of Nebraska as the official NIL collective of Nebraska athletics," said 1890 CEO Carson Schott. "For the past couple of years, our ongoing work with the university has supported student athletes and coaches, helping to recruit and retain top talent. This deepened commitment to a united front will enhance our efforts further and take our support to the next level," end quote. I know with this partnership, contributions to 1890 Nebraska are now eligible for Huskers Athletic Fund priority points and can be included in calculating Huskers Athletic Fund membership levels, including Nebraska Leadership Society annual and lifetime memberships. In addition, 1890 contributions are eligible to receive tax deductibility When directed to the 1890 Foundation and priority points are declined at the time of the donation, every donor contribution to 1890 goes directly to student athletes, and 1890 contributions are also eligible for 1890 specific benefits and experiences. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to give you an update on that relationship between the university, the official name now, and 1890. Also, shout out to Keisei Tominaga as well as he gets ready for the Olympics. Okay, it's interesting because here's my final kind of closing thought for the day. I think a lot of folks with the 12-team playoff and then going to 14 in a couple of years, and then we're going to go to 9,000 a couple of years after that because that's where the money is. Let's just be real. College sports has been a business for decades, well over a century probably, and now they're just done hiding it, and that's okay. It's okay. I love upfront honesty and out in the open type folks, and everything's out in the open now. But it's interesting because I think expectations are going to be raised for coaches. I think it makes it harder for coaches. All right. Why aren't we making the 12-team playoff? Maybe that leash, and I'm not talking about anybody at Nebraska. I'm talking about college football in general, which includes folks in Nebraska. Why aren't we making the 12-team playoff? So there are some coaches who with a 14 playoff maybe would have had a little bit longer leash. And now all of a sudden, hey, we're you got the NIL collective, we've got the transfer portal, we can plug holes right now and we can get in the 12-team playoff. I think that's how some folks perceive it, some fans, not everybody. And I do know that there are some athletic directors out there, and this is a general statement as well, anybody in the country, and they're kind of like, well, everybody's doing this. So it's not really a specific advantage for any one team. Even though the expectations and how people view it may be different, some folks, again, not everybody, to be clear, the expectations may be raised, but everybody's doing it. And so I think there's some athletic directors. And again, I'm not specifically talking about Troy. I'm talking about folks that I've talked to across the country at other universities and other colleges. Actually, I've had none of these conversations with Troy or anybody at the University of Nebraska. These are all other college conversations that I've had throughout the summer. Okay. They're actually concerned that coaches' leashes may get shorter. Okay, due to higher expectations. And they're also concerned that if fans are like, hey, we're not winning, well, I'm not going to donate as much, or I'm not going to do as much to help the NIL, all of a sudden that could become a challenge to continually raise money if you're not instantly winning and meeting these higher expectations, whether those expectations are fair or not. And that's just something I thought I would throw out there. Again, that's not directed at anybody specifically. Those are just some things that I've heard from multiple people, not one or two. This is a consistent thing across the board from some folks across America. So I guess my thought is this. Hey, if you're able to help out, if you want to help out with 1890, they're not paying me. Like, they didn't even know I was going to say this. This is just what's interesting to me, what's on my mind at the moment. Okay, then feel free to do so. But I do believe, kind of like Jordy Bahl and I chatted about, there's a process to this. There's a day-by-day process to this. And over time, I think you will see rewards as well. But I'm just kind of curious. My main point to this, I'm kind of curious to see how this plays out across the country. Okay, do the haves continue to have more and the have-nots have it for a while? And then if the fan bases don't get what they want, it starts to decline. Is there patience? Is there not? How much is the patience? How much is there not any patience? This is just kind of like a soap opera, is what college sports have turned into. And this is just one of the things that's intriguing to me. I mean, what do we do with the transfer portal down the road? Does it just stay the wild, wild west? Is there some sort of a cap at the end? I mean, how does this whole thing work? Like, college sports is just so intriguing and interesting to me. It is not what it was 10 years ago. I don't know if that's a bad thing. I don't know that it's good. It just is what it is. I just find it interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that ramble made a little bit of sense, but even more so, I hope you have a great rest of your Monday, great rest of your week. We will see you tomorrow when DP and I chat some wrestling. Until tomorrow, go Big Red, and always remember to throw the bug.